Hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly do so. This will really mean a lot to me. And if you are seeing this video, please give it a thumbs up, like this video, okay? Help me share this video so it can go viral. So in this tutorial, we are going to be learning how to make this beautiful paper bag shorts, okay? So we are going to be learning it just like you are seeing it right here. This video is very detailed. It's very detailed, so all you have to do is to relax, watch till the end, okay? So if you are a new subscriber, welcome to Vivian Bernard Sewing Tutorials, okay? Make sure you click on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new video. Let's get started. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to draft a paper bag short, okay? That is the name. So this short is not a fitted short, okay? It's a free short. So, and that is what we are going to be learning now, okay? So let's get started. So the first thing we are going to do is to mark 2 inches downward from the edge of our paper, okay? So I'm just marking 2 inches downward and I will connect it like so. So this line will serve as the waistline. So from the waistline, I'm going to mark the length of this short, okay? So I'm making the length of this short 15 inches plus 1 inch hemming allowance. So the total length is 16 inches, okay? So it is called short. So it does not need to be long. So when I mark this line, it will serve as the hem line, okay? So after that, the next thing you are going to do is to get your paper width, okay? Paper width serves as the total guide, okay? The total line that we are working with. So, and to get the paper width, we have a formula for it, okay? The formula to get your paper width is your upper thigh circumference plus 2 divided by 2, okay? If you've not watched my tutorial on how to take a perfect trouser measurement, go and check it out now. I will be dropping it, okay? I'll be dropping it at the end of this tutorial, okay? So at the end screen, you are going to see it, and I'll also drop the link on the description box, okay? So that you can understand how to measure your upper thigh circumference, okay? On my own case, my upper thigh circumference is 26, then plus 2, I have 28, divided by 2, I have 14, okay? So there are different ways of drafting trouser, okay? But this is the method I adopt and it's working best for me, okay? Yeah. So since I get 14 as my paper width, I'm going to measure 14 like so. So I'll measure 14 on the waistline and also on the hemline, and I'll connect it like you are seeing. So after that, the next thing I'm going to mark is my crotch depth, okay? You call it crotch depth or body rise, okay? So I'm going to mark my body rise measurement. So what I have as my body rise is 11 inches, okay? So if you don't know how to take your crotch depth measurement, it's also on that tutorial I told you guys to check out, how to take a perfect trouser measurement, okay? So This is my crotch depth line, crotch line. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to get my hip circumference. So my hip circumference is 39 divided by 4. I will have 9.75, then plus 1 inch seam allowance. I will have 10.75. okay, so 10.75, I'm going to mark 10.75 at the waistline and also at the crotch line. Okay, so this is a paper bag short, this is a free short, it's an elastic short. Okay, you don't need your waist circumference. Okay, so that is why we are marking the hip circumference divided by 4 on the waist and also on the crotch line. Okay, so when I mark it, I'm going to connect it. So after that, I'm going to mark the crotch curve. Okay, we are going to get our crotch curve, and I'm simply going to locate the center line of this. So I'll connect it like so. So after connecting it, I will measure whatever I have from this point to this point. So I have 3 to 8. I will divide it by 2. That will have 1.625. okay. So 1.625, but because I don't want the front to be puffy, I'm just going to reduce ½ inch. Okay, then I'll use my curve ruler to connect it. Okay, and to connect it, I'm simply going to get the middle point of this line, and I'll connect my crotch curve successfully. So with my free hand, I'll connect this. So at the hemline, this is a free short, it's not a fitted short. So what I'm just going to do is to come in by ½ inch on both sides. Okay, then I'll connect it. Then I'll also connect this one like so. So guys, I'll be showing you guys the link, okay, on how to draft a perfect trouser at the end screen of this video. So ensure you click and watch to gain more understanding in case you've not seen that video. Okay, so after doing this, we've gotten our front short pattern. Okay, so in order to get our back pattern, we are going to add seam allowances to this, and that way we've gotten our back trouser pattern. Okay, so at this point at the crotch line, I'm going to extend here by 2.5 inches, and also at the hem line. Okay, so this 2.5 inches, once you add it at the front pattern, it will serve as the back pattern. I don't know if you understand, but I encourage you to watch that video on how to draft a perfect trouser pattern. Okay, so I'm going to connect it like so. So from the crotch curve, I'm going to go out by 2 inches, and from this point, so from the waistline point, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches. Okay, so this is the little modification we are making in order to get the back pattern. Okay, So I'm going to connect it like so, from this point to this point. So I'll use my free hand to connect this. I see that. So from this point, I'm going to connect it back to the waistline. So can you see that? That way we have our front short pattern and our back short pattern. Okay, so the only thing I want you to know that in an elastic short like this, in a free short like this, you don't need your waist, because we are not going to be putting zip. We are going to be putting an elastic on the waist. Okay, so the reason why you are placing your hip measurements at the waist is for you to be able to wear it, you know, to be able to wear it from the hip. Okay, yeah, because if you actually place your waist measurements on the waist without adding zip, there is no way it can pass through your hip, because the hip area is already bigger than the waist. So what I'm going to do now is to get a paper and I will trace out the front, okay, so that we can cut the back like that. So I'm tracing the front short pattern now. So when I trace it, I'm going to retrace it with my pencil and I will cut it out with my paper scissors. So I don't need to add seam allowance because I've already added it while drafting it, okay? So I'm going to cut the back pattern. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the back pattern because we've traced the front. So this is the front and the back short pattern, okay? So you are going to cut two pieces of each of the pattern. So what I'm going to do next is to come down by 2.5 inches. That will serve as the band height, okay? So when I measure 2.5 inches, I will rule it out, then I will fold it, okay? So you can cut it out or you can fold it like I'm doing. So I will do the same thing on the front short pattern. So I will map out 2.5 inches that will serve as the band height, then I will fold it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark the pocket width and length, okay? So what I'm marking is the pocket bag. So the length is 11 inches and the width I marked is 7 inches, okay? So and I'm squaring it up like that. So I'm going to mark 2.5 inches. That will serve as the pocket mouth. Then I'm coming down by 6 inches at the side. Okay, then I'm going to connect it like that. So this is my pocket bag. So I'm going to put a paper under and trace it out. So when I trace it out, I'm going to add 1/2 inch seam allowance all round. I'm going to cut it out now. So I'm going to cut out 2 pieces for the pocket bag. So I'm cutting out the back pattern, so it's 2 pieces. I will also cut out the front short pattern. Okay, I will cut out 2 pieces also. And also the pocket bag, I'm going to cut out 2 pieces. So after cutting it out, this is what we have. I'm going to set aside the back and we will work with the front. So first I'm going to work with the pocket bag. I'm going to go to my ironing table. I will iron in the 1/2 inches, okay? The 1/2 inches that I marked on that pocket bag, I will iron it in, okay? Then I'll also remove my pattern on the front. So I'm just marking the wrong side because this material looks the same. So after ironing in the allowances, like I told you guys, I'm going to place it like that, just like it is on the pattern that we drafted. I'm just going to place it that way. I will pin it down and then I will go to my sewing machine and I will sew it round. So after sewing it round, can you see our pocket is all set? So the next thing I'm going to do is to place this right side facing each other and I will go and join it at the cross line, okay? I will also do the same thing for the back. I will place both of them at the cross curve, then I will join it, okay? I will join it at the cross, just like I did at the front, okay? So after sewing it, the next thing I'm going to do is to open it up at that point. Then I will get the back pattern, then I will join it at that point, okay? I will pin it down at that point and I will join the inseam like that, okay? Can you see that? That is where I'm going to join it. So after that, I'm also going to join the side, okay? By 1/2 inch. You are joining this with 1/2 inch. You are joining the inseam by 1/2 inch and you are also joining the side seam by 1/2 inch. So I'll go ahead and join it. So after joining it, this is what we have. And the next thing I'm going to do is to measure. The next thing I'm going to do is to measure the circumference of what we have at the waistline, okay? So I'll measure the circumference like I showed you guys. Then when I measure it, whatever value I have, that will be the length of my band, okay? And the height, the band height is going to be 2.5 plus 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So that means the band height we are cutting out is 3 inches, while the length is the value of whatever we measured at the waist. So what I have here is 40.5. That means the length of my band is going to be 40.5. Then the band height is going to be 3 inches, okay? So you see the 2.5 that we reduce from our pattern plus 1/2 inches. That is what makes it 3 inches, okay? So I will go ahead and cut the band. So I've cut the band and I will go to my ironing table also to iron in 1/2 inch, okay? And don't forget, this band you are cutting it out on fold, okay? So in such a way that when you open it, you are going to have 6 inches, okay? So the band height is 3 inches on fold. So I've gone ahead to iron in 1/2 inch on both sides like you are seeing. Then I will join it at the side like that, okay? So after joining it, I'm going to place it right side facing each other on my short. Okay, so at the waistline I'm going to match that center point at the center back. Okay, just like you are seeing. Then I'm going to pin it round, right side facing each other. Okay, when you pin it round, you are going to go and sew it down. Okay, so just make sure you pin it very well, then you go and sew it. Can you see that my band circumference match up with the circumference at the waistline of my short? Okay, that is how it's supposed to be. So after sewing it, this is how it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over. Okay, I'm just going to turn it over, then I will fold it in. So I'll turn this short at the wrong side. Okay, then I'll carefully use the band to cover the seam lines like you are seeing. Okay, so I'll pin it down. Then at the center back I'm going to leave 2 inches space. Okay, that is where we are going to insert our elastic. Okay, so I'll go ahead and carefully sew, use the band to cover the seam line or at the waistline of my short. Okay, then while sewing I'm going to leave 2 inches space. Okay, where we are going to fix in our elastic. Okay, so that is what I'm actually doing now. So I'm pinning it down carefully. So you are just going to mark 1 inch apart from the center back. Okay, that is the space you are going to leave. Okay, so that is where we are going to insert our elastic from. So then after sewing it, can you see what we have here? So you see the opening we left, that is where we are going to insert our elastic. Okay, so this is 2 inches width. Then I'm going to just fold it like that. We are going to use it for our belt loop. Okay, can you see the one I've done already? So after that I'm going to measure 3 inches. Okay, for this belt loop. So I've cut out 3 inches for this belt loop and it's 7 pieces. Okay, 7 pieces. It's going to be in 7 places. Okay, at the center back. So you are placing it at the center back at the right side, not at the wrong side. Okay, so you are marking 4 inches apart from the center back and 2 at the side. Okay, and also 2 from the center front, 4 inches away from the center front. Okay, so that is how we are going to place this band basically. So you are marking 4 inches away from the center front, and that is where your belt loop is going to sit. Okay, so can you see how I'm inserting the belt loop? That is how you are going to insert yours. It's very simple. So you can see that after inserting it, this is how it is. Okay, so the one at the center back, I didn't stitch it. Okay, so that it won't interfere where we are going to fix our elastic. So I'm just going to finish it up after fixing the elastic. Okay, so this elastic is a half inch height. Okay, and the width of the elastic I'm cutting is my waist circumference minus 2 inches. Okay, so my waist circumference is 28 inches minus 2. I have 26 inches, so I'm cutting out 26 inches for this elastic. Okay, so for the elastic casing, we are supposed to create it before joining this belt loop. Okay, but because I've joined the belt loop already, it's no problem. I can still find my way. So you are just marking 1 inch from the waistline like that. Okay, so that is where you are going to sew. You are going to sew it round, so that will serve as the elastic casing. Okay, so you can see how I'm marking 1 inch upward. Okay, so you are going to go to your sewing machine and sew that 1 inch round. Okay, that will serve as where the elastic is going to sit. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. So you can see I have sewn 1 inch just like I showed you guys. So you can see it, I've sewn 1 inch. Can you see that? I've sewn it round. Okay, so you should be able to sew this 1 inch before joining your loop. It's very important. Okay, so I'm going to fix my elastic. Just get your septum pin and you are going to use it to fix your elastic like that. Okay, so the elastic casing that we made, that is where we are fixing in this elastic. Okay, it's very simple, guys. So at this point, guys, if you've not liked this video, please kindly like it. If you've not subscribed, please kindly subscribe. If you have not shared it, please kindly do so. This will really mean a lot to me, guys. And if you are watching this video, you see ad, please watch the ad. It's very important to me too. So this is the only encouragement I get in making all these videos, guys. And in the course of watching this video, if you have any question at all, just drop it on the comment section. I will attend to that. Okay, so after fixing the elastic, I'm just going to go to my sewing machine and I will hold it down like so. So once I hold it down, I will release it so that it can slip into the casing. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to cover up the opening there. It's as simple as that. So I'm just going to finish up the hemline. I'm just going to turn it and sew it. Okay, and for the belt, I just cut out 45 inches for the belt. It's not long enough, but I just have to use it to show you guys how to do the belt for people who don't know how to do that. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is to mark ½ inch. Okay, I'm just going to sew ½ inch all the way. Then I'm going to leave an opening at the center. Okay, so at the tip there, I'm just marking a diagonal line. That is where I'm going to sew. Okay, so if you've seen belts and see how it looks like, so that is what we want to achieve here. I'm marking a diagonal line at both edges, and that is where I'm going to sew all the way to the center, and I will leave an opening there. Okay, so after sewing, I will trim out the space left at the diagonal line. Okay, can you see that? Yeah, so when I trim it out, I'm going to turn it out and give it a good press. And that is all about making our paper bag shorts. This is so simple and nice. So I'm going to put it on and I will show you guys how it looks like. It's very beautiful, guys. So this is how our belts look like. I'm just going to give it a press. So guys, please kindly like this video. It's very important to me. Kindly subscribe. It's very important. Kindly share this video. It's very important. People need this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.